Okay. So it glitched again. It did it again. It decided to glitch on me. Hmm. That hasn't happened before. Let me just. So we're on stream number 102, which, yeah, kind of cool. Kind of cool, I gotta say. Still have plenty of things on on my bucket list of things I would like to do. But time for me has become a little bit difficult to get. So I have to work with what I got. I don't know if I want to go live on. I've been going live on Facebook, but it just doesn't do anything. Really, it doesn't show it to anybody. So I'm like, why am I going to continue to do that? And on the other hand, the other platforms have been decent with me, have been kind to me, really. So I'll continue with those. Uh, YouTube has been kind. Twitch has been kind. TikTok, Kick, at least so far. Um, but haven't had the best experience with Meta. Something rough to say, but it's the truth. And it might be, I don't know, I might be wrong. Who knows? They should be live. Why aren't you showing me the live stream? Okay. Alright. I was drawing moose yesterday. I was gonna finish it for today, but I didn't do that. Apologies. I do a bunch of stuff during the day, you guys, so I had to figure out my time. So this is kind of the time frame I've been able to accommodate, as I mentioned, and I wish it was different, but there's very little I can do right now. Just why is it freaking light? Come on, there you go. Look at that. I like this drawing. This is a really nice drawing. Have some nice sketches there. This one, I haven't posted this one on Reddit. This one, actually, a lot of people enjoyed it. I have to give myself the benefit of the doubt, you know? Really have to do that. I feel that often I don't do that enough. I've been through too many things, I guess. video. Da, 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 da. Just that's good. Can definitely work with that. Just wondering, is everybody gonna start buying directly from China? I'm just asking for a friend. What is going on, you guys? What is going on? I did all that jazz, and this is actually the wrong pen. This one's really good for shading. This is the one that's good for lining, for outline. That's good. Can do with that. If you haven't, and by any chance you fall onto my stream, consider subscribing. Hi Stephanie, how are you? All good on my side. All things considered. As usual, I'm a little bit tired, but I'm kind of learning to, once I disconnect, just go straight to sleep. Like just shut everything down and just go to sleep and kind of, or at least start to unwind from the day. I was saying that, so it's everyone going to start buying directly from China? Are we gonna go pick up our orders from China? And how's this gonna work? Oh my god. Oh. Don't you. Okay. I know you want to break, but I don't want to allow it. It's not fun when the sketchbook starts fighting you. It really isn't. Nor the technology around you, but that's what I have to do. There's definitely a factor of a suffering in the arts. Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. But it's so absurd. Like the whole thing is. eh, I don't wanna upset anyone, by the way. Uh, but I think we just, as a species in general, we kind of should take it easy. Like I'm pretty sure we can get along, all of us. Uh, Having said this, seems to be easier said than done. Not only do I think we can all get along, I think we can do way better than just get along. We have the potential. Yeah. I think we spent too much time focusing on the wrong things. Really. Luckily, there's a lot of scientists that are advancing our capabilities to, you know, do better stuff, and hopefully there's also, I know there's a lot that are trying to look after the environment, but there's also a lot of shadiness to go around in that realm. Oh, yes, making jokes. These are jokes. The fact that I'm not framing them as such doesn't make it less of a joke. So feel the need for a marker. Need to do better in all realms. This is so random. part of the fun on this of this. I just need some time to catch up. I need time to scan all the sketches I want to scan and add them to my shop. That'll be nice. Um, Spring break. The thing is, we don't have. I mean, here you have spring break, but where I'm from, we don't have that. We have 2 seasons. Here there are four. In Argentina there are 4 seasons, the same way as North America, but it's the reverse. So now it's starting to be fall, I think here. Summer. No, no. So it's summer, a bloom or spring, and then so it's changing. Yeah, you're probably right. I it can be a little bit daunting at times because I think I mentioned this before, but uh, it's different when you're an army of one rather than like the companies that create content for, like, you have a team of people and they're freaking pushing and pushing and pushing content. Like at some point something's gonna go viral or be picked up. Or maybe I'm not as effective at doing this and have to rethink my strategies, I guess. The thing is, I'm not per se a content creator. I consider myself more of an artist, a craftsman. So merging, or I was looking for the word, or combining, or I got the word, reconciling both, being a content creator and artist has been kind of a challenge for me, especially not being super extroverted. So yeah, I'm figuring out what I should do about certain things for sure. And what you're saying, like, maybe I don't know. I have to figure that out because the thing is, the algorithms. What I was trying to get to is that the algorithms don't give you a break. You post, you get views, you get certain amount of reach. You don't post, you don't get reach. Meaning not reach. said that wrong. Reach in terms of um, how many people does your content get shown to. So uh, on that, actually recently, and it's like a automatic thing that I was able to set up. uh, Facebook gave me the option to like repost uh, a bunch of my reels, and it just automatically does it, which is really convenient. I don't have to to look after that, and that's really awesome. I have thousands of short videos, so that's cool. But I don't do that for other social media. Maybe it's something that I should try to focus on, and I don't know, figure out different strategies. There's definitely it's a different thing when you're doing uh, when you're taking care of your own social media rather than what they do professionally to curate a social media account, because they basically plan out the the programming, and there's some talks about that. In maybe that's one thing I should do, like just program what I'm going to make. But that's the other thing that what the reason I'm talking about reconciling the two things, because one is a really mechanical thing, and just push content. It maybe the approach that I have to change is not focused, and I've been told, like my family and other people around me has told me this, um to maybe branch out into doing other types of content that there are not just the art. um yeah, because, and I've talked about this with my wife, for example, that it's easier to just record uh, someone talking to a camera. You have 5 scripts, you go through the 5 scripts, you film all that, then you just edit that and you program it. That's fairly easy to do compared to what I actually do. This is like a piece of artwork uh, every day that I engage with this. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that don't do that. Oh, that one, yeah, I do want to do that. I actually, just jumping here ahead. I have 2 videos in my mind to film. One of them is doing some super sculpty stuff, so maybe some might be interested in that. I don't know. It's really funny because when you're starting out, like there was a point at which, after me posting regularly and being super on top of things and being super consistent, uh, I got a lot of reach, and a lot of people started to engage with the stuff I was doing. But the moment I I kind of flinch or got off the horse, sort of say, like I had to take some time off because yeah, my wife was gonna have a baby, and I needed to take time off to take care of her and the baby. So I knew by that time I knew that I had to kind of take a step back a little bit from social media, and I could see like how the reach was starting to decline. I was like, oh my god, this is horrible. Uh, but with with that said, what I actually wanted to get to is that when you're starting out, and still that happens to me on YouTube because I have subscribers and there's some people that interact and look at the stuff I do, which is really cool. But the reality, if I post videos, the reality oftentimes is that it shows what you did to like 5 people, 10 people, 50, if any. So it can be a little bit of it can be really frustrating um, if you feel that you dedicated a lot of time and effort into a piece of content or a script, because might not seem like it, but every video that you put out, at the very least, you have kind of a basic structure that you try to follow in order to make it make sense. So yeah, it does take effort, and yeah, it can be a little bit frustrating when you're starting. So I was in the beginning with YouTube, because each platform is different. I was trying to do like, oh, let me see if I can do a video a week, and so on and so forth. It's like, dude, it's creatively, it's so taxing, because what the algorithms want you to be doing is push out content every day if you can. Uh, but if it takes you 2 weeks to produce a piece of content, a really well edited video or a decently edited video, um, then yeah, like, where have you been for 2 weeks? It's like, dude, I've been here. I just haven't posted something. So it. I don't know. It's a weird um, paradigm. I think that, I don't know if that translates well. Hopefully it does. Wonder if I have a shader somewhere. I have my fair share of bad experiences shading, unless I have a marker, which I had, but I ran out on all of them. Like, all of them. Oh, and the other video that I had in mind. No, I don't have charcoal. Charcoal super quick to do that. That you're right. But now that you're saying that, I could just use my, like, F it, man. Like, this is. These are sketches. Come on, son. Way better. Maybe I should do just pencil. Something I really like about markers is the fast feedback that it gives you, and pencil has also sort of that instant feedback that you can get. Which is really nice. Actually, I wasn't giving it much credit to this sketch, but I like it. I think I have to work a lot more on disconnecting my conscience yeah, like my me being conscious to what I'm actually doing. Whenever you do something like this, when you're doing art, you bring all your nonsense into the artwork that you're doing, and it can get insistent self. I've never heard that before. I don't think. Maybe I have. I had a teacher that he he really liked to collect pencils. He had a bunch of like really short pencils, and he enjoyed just using those. So actually, looking back on it, he probably like was able to get those from students like throwing them away, like just free materials for him, sort of thing. He was teaching. I don't know if he's still teaching that. I haven't spoken with him in a while, but he taught us light drawing, and what else did he was the lead supervisor on my career. So I don't know if that's the name, but it's in Spanish is jefe catedra. So it's the big boss basically for all the teachers that taught in in my career. Just wanted to add this here to break the shadow because it was too boxy. If it makes sense, but sometimes you just want to break the like if you have a pattern of something like that, so if you want to kind of not make it as repetitive or boring, you can break it up. I don't know, like add something here, add something here. So visually, it's a little bit more interesting. And though, like this composition is not the most dynamic, I do enjoy how it turned out. I'm going to add some definitely some marker. Where's my marker? Here you go. This is absurd. Sorry. So I was thinking about where the shadow should be for any object. Like overall, if you take it as the light is coming from above, so the lower side of every object is gonna be in shadow. Sometimes you have sort of like bigger shadows, sometimes not that big. Also, I think I mentioned this multiple times, but it's never bad to remind you all that you want to keep the quadrants. So if you have any frame, any canvas, or it can be a square, this I was taught how to think about this with a square. Doesn't matter the format, you divide it into four, and the lightest elements should be here, the heaviest should be here, and you can have sort of like a medium element here. So this is the lightest, so it goes like this in terms of weight. If you keep that in mind, you can solve a lot of compositions that way. That's actually a really useful tip. I might clip that, make it into a short video. And also a quick way to make something look as if it has depth is by making the objects that are closer to frame have more contrast, and you reduce the contrast as you go further into the frame, as you can see on pictures actually. I don't like that this is. Might not be doing justice to what I just was mentioning, but hopefully you can get the idea and try for yourself. Yeah. Well, it does look better on there. Yeah, for sure. For shizzle. And now, because this one's always gonna be lighter, I'm just gonna go ahead and so my thought process is this could be like a tree. So yeah, somehow I was able to pull what I was saying off. After a while, after doing this, thank you. Glad you like it. Uh, I try to do the best I can, really. That's why I mentioned that you have to kind of turn off your brain often when you're drawing, uh, because if you get too much into your own BS, it can definitely hinder your drawing ability. Uh, I don't know how it works. I just can tell you that it does. Uh, it does work, and if you can kind of like move that aside and just focus on the task that you're doing, that's a bliss. I've talked about this in the past. Just getting in the zone, it's a really important thing to be able to do for any craft. Hmm. Well, this isn't enough. Maybe I should add a little bit of this contrast here, so you can also know that this is also a heavy object close to camera, and helps balance the composition a little bit. So I already got that. Let's try to go for the really fun part. Just gonna turn this off. And here we go. Let's see. Properties. No, it's not here. I ain't even gonna touch that one. That's a little bit better, but how about the saturation? Brightness. I do need the brightness. That's fine. I would like to get, like, how can I get the... I actually want to get, like, a lot of freaking concerts. Come on, man. Come on. We'll play with the gamma. That's like too much. Hi, Midnight. How's it going? Welcome. Alright, I just try to... Oh my goodness. Thank you. Yeah. I'm usually tired. It's like my... Now is kind of my baseline. I don't think it used to be, but I'm usually tired. Let's do another one like there. How long have I been streaming? Well, this is stream number 102. So you can do the math there. Yeah, try to go live Monday through Thursday. I was doing Monday through Friday, but Friday was too challenging. Like, by the time I have to stream, I just wanna go to sleep. Like, end of the week, Friday, I need the rest. So I shifted. So my last day streaming is on Thursdays. Oh, cool. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Yeah. Do you like drawing? Is that why you joined? Or you just found this random dude doing this on the internet? I was like, okay, I'm just gonna see what he's up to. Okay, okay, cool. What do you mean you got your account? You didn't have an account? Like that's a little bit confusing. Were you like banned or something? You mean to post? Like to to create content, that sort of thing? Takes I think a little bit. Like you have to. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of people that just browse. Uh, to me, it's a little bit weird, but they just browse with no no account, and it's like, what are you doing? Because nothing that you find it actually stays. Like you cannot save it anywhere. It's just lost after you you move away from what you were looking for. I guess you have the history, but it's like, why would anyone do that? I don't know. I just find it odd. But some people are not that keen on being on the internet, which I also understand. I had a teacher that was completely anti technology, and he got like a really dumb phone. This was before like really advanced smartphones. Your account deleted? Again, this is a little bit confusing. What do you mean? Oh, that's that's terrible. Yeah, it's it's a bit of a pain to deal with, really. Well, hopefully you can get it back, or I don't know if you're interested in getting it back. Let's see if I can find the reference I had. Yeah. erase. Hopefully I can. Good night. Thanks. Glad you like it. Half of the time you're trying not to mess up. How's the reality? Like that. Let me just. Yeah, light won't touch that much. But you will get some of that light to cross over. Sorry if this seems super random, but I'm thinking of how far the light would go. Over the moose. It's kinda cool. I like this one. Has a lot of mystical vibe to it. Which I like. Yeah, I like it. I, I do try to add some magic or I don't know, spiritual aspects to the work I've been doing. Because if you don't, kind of, what's the point? I don't know if I want to add more contrast, but that gives enough depth because you have the first level and the second level. I think I'm fine with this, and I'm already over the hour, so yeah, I'll be ending the stream. And if you enjoy the stream, thank you. If you decided to subscribe and hit that like, it's that's I thank you for that. It's a great way to help me continue to do this sort of thing. Uh, yeah, I also have merch on Redbubble with my illustrations on them. Uh, you can find my deck of cards on my website, Cartas a Venezuela, and yeah, that you can also purchase that there and get that delivered right to your doorstep. I also have phone backgrounds if you're interested in that with my illustrations on them. Those are really cheap, but they're there. I kind of like them. I use one of those. What else am I missing? Yeah. Anyway, I'll be ending the stream soon. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you next time. Let me see if I can find my music here. Until next time. Bye.